Hey there, and welcome to today's Explainer. Today, we are going to completely change how you look at one of the most universally dreaded parts of traveling. I'm talking about the long layover. Usually, a long layover means, stiff chairs, $10 bottles of water, and just pure agonizing boredom. But what if there was an airport out there that completely flipped the script on all of that?
Seriously, just think about that for a second. What if your layover was actually the best part of your entire trip? Sounds totally impossible, right? We're all so hardwired to expect a miserable experience. You just want to get to your gate, stare at your phone, and survive until boarding. But today, we're exploring a place so packed with unbelievable experiences, you might actually try to miss your connecting flight on purpose. Welcome to Hamad International Airport in Doha, Qatar. This spot is widely considered one of the most luxurious airports on the planet. And based on our source material, we're going to walk you through 20, yes, literally 20, insanely cool things you can do here while you wait for your plane. It is massive, it is over the top, and we're going to show you exactly how to maximize your time there. Okay, let's dive into this. To make sense of all these massive options, we've broken the experience down into 3 distinct modes. 1. Explore. 2. Unwind. And 3. Indulge.
First up, let's look at Section 1, Explore, covering sights and transit.
So for the traveler who's been cramped in an economy seat for 8 hours and desperately needs to stretch their legs, the variety here is wild. Right off the bat, there's a massive installation called the Orchard. And we're not talking about a couple of sad potted plants in a corner. It's a full-on indoor tropical garden with actual flowing waterfalls. It's this incredible mix of nature and luxury, and they even have these tiny little nap houses hidden in the greenery. Then, if you want a taste of local culture, check out the souk. It features a traditional boat, local crafts, textiles, and even spices. Art lovers, the whole airport is essentially a world-class art gallery where you can take a free, self-guided tour of the sculptures. Or if you're tired of walking, just hit the mini-cinema to catch up on movies or the news. Oh, and if you've got the whole family in tow, there are interactive play zones in the South Terminal specifically built to let the kids burn off all that extra energy.
Now, you might be wondering, how do I even get around to see all of this stuff? Well, the scale of this place is huge. You start down in the South Terminal, where you absolutely have to grab a selfie with their famous giant lamp bear sculpture. Then, instead of walking for a mile, you just hop onto a sleek, futuristic passenger train that literally glides through the terminal right above everyone's heads. You just sit back, enjoy the ride, and it drops you at the North Terminal right in front of a giant car statue. Walking to your gate has never been this cool.
Moving right along to Section 2, Unwind, focusing on rest and relaxation.
Okay, so if you are just absolutely desperate to wash off that travel fatigue, listen closely. Even if you only have a few minutes, you can leave this airport feeling like a new person. Look at these options. They have the Vitality Center, which is a full gym with an actual swimming pool. If you're more into pampering, there are airport spas doing express facials and deep tissue massages. Plus, if you have airline status or a priority pass, the exclusive lounges have incredible buffets, private nap pods, and, maybe the best part, hot showers. And if you just need to sleep, they've got you covered with everything from basic sleep pods to ultra-premium hotel beds.
Let's talk about that Vitality Center for a second. The access fee is just $55. I mean, imagine telling your friends you paid $55 to pump iron and swim laps in a pool located right above your departure date. Or actually, scratch that. For $70, you can just book a spa service, which automatically gets you access to that same pool and all the other Vitality facilities anyway. And this really shows how they cater to every single type of traveler. When it's time to sleep, you do not have to resort to sprawling out across 3 uncomfortable waiting chairs using your backpack as a pillow. You've got choices. For the budget-conscious traveler looking for a quick reset, the Sleep and Fly pods are perfect for a power nap. But on the flip side, if you've got a long layover and want uncompromised luxury, you can literally check into the Oryx Hotel. For that premium sleep experience at the Oryx Hotel, you're looking at up to $350 a night. Obviously, it's a premium price tag, but if you're in the middle of a grueling, multi-day journey across time zones, the ability to just crash in a quiet, luxurious hotel room without ever having to pass through immigration or step outside the airport, that is an absolute game changer. And this brilliantly illustrates our final category, Section 3, Indulge, covering luxury and dining. All right, welcome to the high-end, spend-happy side of the terminal. This place is an absolute dream for shopaholics. You've got duty-free designer boutiques from heavy hitters like Dior and Hermes, clothes, shoes, watches, the whole shebang. They also have these incredible niche perfume boutiques. So, if you ever wanted to literally smell like royalty, you can do that right here. Need new tech? Walk into the actual Apple shop inside the terminal and grab the latest iPhone. And of course, you can grab all the perfect souvenirs to prove you were in Qatar even if you never technically set foot outside the airport. Just maybe hide your credit card before you start walking around here.
Now, if you need a break from all that shopping, you're going to want some coffee, but not just any coffee. If you want VIP elegance and amazing pastries, you can head to the LV Lounge, though keep in mind that one is strictly for Platinum and Gold members. No status? No problem. Anyone can take a breather at the Fendi Bar and Cafe or Ralph's Cafe. This is literally where high fashion meets high-end caffeine. You're sipping premium espresso in what might just be the chicest transit hub settings on Earth.
When it's time for an actual meal, throw out whatever stereotypes you have about sad, overpriced airport sandwiches. The food spectrum here is amazing. On one side, you have fantastic quick bites, a huge food court with international chains right next to phenomenal local Middle Eastern cuisine. But then you have actual fine dining. You can sit down for a meal at a Gordon Ramsay restaurant or go grab high-end afternoon tea at the Harrods Tea Room. Because, as our source rightly points out, a layover should be delicious, and calories definitely don't count in airports, right?
Okay, now I want to pivot to the absolute climax of this airport's extravagance. There's a brilliant quote from our source material that I think sums up the Doha layover perfectly. Why buy snacks when you can actually buy gold?
Yeah, no joke. You can buy pure gold bars and diamond jewelry right in the middle of the terminal. They have a dedicated shop selling everything from delicate necklaces to actual solid bricks of pure gold. It is just incredibly surreal to think about making that kind of heavy investment purchase while you're casually checking the departure board for your flight to London.
But wait, it actually gets wilder. Feeling lucky? You can enter a duty-free raffle right there in the concourse. And the prize isn't a free flight or a set of luggage. You can win a luxury car. We're talking a Jaguar or a McLaren. Just imagine making that phone call home to your family, casually explaining that you just won a McLaren while waiting for your connection. It is the absolute peak of airport absurdity.
So we've covered exploring indoor tropical orchards, swimming in a pool above your gate, sipping designer coffee, and literally buying solid gold bars. Hamad International Airport completely redefines what being in transit actually means. It really leaves me with one final question for you. Out of all 20 of these incredible options, which one would you do first? Think about it and let it inspire your next big trip. Safe travels out there, and may your next layover be just as extraordinary as this one. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.